All right, next up we've got CJ Grisham, president and founder of Open Carry Texas. Kind of got this whole open carry movement going a couple years ago. Everybody give him a big round of applause.
Finally, a microphone my size. First of all, I want to thank those of you that came out today. You know, yesterday we had another event here, and then also on January 26th we held an event for Open Carry. And to be frank with you, I'm a little disappointed. We got a lot of patriots in this state. We got a lot of Facebook Rangers in this state. What we don't have are people willing to put skin in the game. We don't have people who are willing to do something instead of just pick up a phone. Anybody can pick up a phone, and obviously we appreciate that. But my gosh, how hard is it to put some meat behind your patriotism, to put some meat behind your activism, and show up and do something just once? Like the candidate over here, 3 weeks ago today I became a civilian. I retired from the United States Army. Thank you. I've gone to places like Colombia, Ecuador, Panama, Iraq, Afghanistan, and I realized that as a soldier in the United States Army, when I took that oath meant something to me. It wasn't a rite of passage for me. It wasn't some formality that I had to do in order to wear this nation's uniform. It was something I wanted to do because I believe in the liberties that this country recognizes. The people behind me in this building, although they're not here today, they don't give me anything. But isn't it a shame that we have to take it back? Isn't it a shame that we find ourselves right now begging for a right that 44 out of 50 states have, which is to open carry a firearm? We're begging for a right that 31 states have that don't require any kind of permission slip from the government. We're begging for a right that 5 states recognize, and yet Texas, the home of the Alamo, the home of Gonzales, Davy Crockett, all those patriots, doesn't allow the open carry of a modern handgun. I can walk around with my AR-15, I can walk around with my AK-47, and if I jump through the right hoops, those can be automatic. I can walk around with just about any high-powered, low-powered, medium-powered rifle out there. But by golly, if this were a real pistol, I'd be a criminal. If I pick up my pant leg, I'd be a criminal. A thin piece of cloth is what separates you from being a law-abiding citizen and a criminal. That does not sit right with me. Thankfully, it doesn't sit right with many Texans, and for the first time in Texas history, since our rights were stolen from us after the Reconstruction period in the 1845 Constitution, for the first time, this legislator listened to you. And they passed open carry and campus carry out of the legislature, but they only listened to you with one ear open. Because they're still requiring you to beg for permission from these people that took your rights away without asking you, but now they're demanding that you ask for them back. We have had thousands, if you include all the groups that Come and Take It Texas, Texas Carry, Open Carry Texas, all the different county groups that are out there, we have had over 3,000 walks across this state, carrying rifles, carrying black powder revolvers. And I'm going to ask you guys a question, just one guess. How many people have been raped, robbed, mugged, murdered, shot, killed, whatever? Any guesses? Zero. And we were carrying those scary rifles. We were carrying those assault rifles. We were carrying those guns that they carry over in the combat zones. And 0 people got hurt and injured.
How many people have moms demand actual bodyguards?
How many people of Moms Demand Action bodyguards. How many have they assaulted here in the Capitol? At least one that we know of. We are fighting a major battle here in this Texas. We are fighting for liberty on many different fronts. There is a magical line that surrounds this complex. Yesterday when I was here, I didn't have a yellow pistol in here. I had a black rubber pistol. And I'm minding my own business, talking with Terry, with a few other people. And up here come some of these DPS troopers. And by golly, they saw me carrying something that looked like a gun. And so they walk up. Well, first they got their back up, because apparently you can't take me man on man. So they brought two people. Then they realized they were still outnumbered, so they went and grabbed some more. They come over there, they start to approach me, and they realize, oh crap, that's a rubber pistol, it's not real. Did they leave? No. They pulled out their little book. What can we get CJ for? What can we get CJ? Well, I don't see anything in here. Let's go talk to the supervisor. So they walk up here and call a couple supervisors up. Supervisor pulls out his book. What can we get CJ for? By golly, he's got a piece of plastic that is molded in the shape of a gun. There's got to be a law against that. Instead of recognizing that I have the right to this symbolic protest, we had a man arrested a week and a half ago during the hearing for symbolic protest, which is guaranteed under our Constitution in the state and our Constitution at the federal level. This piece of plastic just happened to be molded in the shape of a gun. It was a dollar store cowboy pistol with an orange plastic tip on it. And all he did was ask those DPS troopers, what law am I breaking? Leave. What law am I breaking? Leave. What law am I breaking? You're under arrest for criminal trespassing in our house. This doesn't belong to them. This is my house. Criminal trespassing means you trespass on the property of others. Quote, of another. This is my house. This is your house. This doesn't belong to these state troopers in here. It doesn't belong to these people who are wearing little pins that identify them as elected officials. This house belongs to you and me. And yet when we carry a piece of plastic in here, they create a law out of thin air to keep you from symbolically protesting the kind of tyranny that's inside this building. Joe Strauss right now is telling us that open carry and campus carry doesn't have the support to pass the House.
He lies!
He did lie. The support is there. Joe Strauss doesn't want to offend his Democratic supporters. Joe Strauss needs to be primaried next election. He needs to be primaried out because you can't trust the people in this building to honor their word to you when you elected them into this office on a campaign to oppose Joe Strauss. So the only way you can get rid of Joe Strauss is to vote him out in the primaries. And I hope there's somebody here in his district that's willing to do that. Matt Beebe. All right, there you go. Now on that note, and then I'm gonna end it because my heart's pounding. I'm getting a little worked up. That elected cycle that we have, this legislative process that we have, it is one thing for you to come here today. It's one thing for you to go to the Capitol. It's one thing for you to go to your representative districts and talk to your representatives and demand things or ask for things. What we need are not patriots who are willing to make phone calls. Not patriots who are willing to send letters and emails. Not patriots who are willing to follow me or follow the other open carry groups, because I'm nothing special. I'm one of you guys. Without you guys, I'm just a crazy guy hiking through the country with my son, carrying a rifle. We need patriots to stand up and run for office. We need you to populate this building. That is how we're going to get our rights back, because the people in this building, they don't care that people are getting falsely arrested here, and they have the power to stop that. They don't care about your right to be able to drive transportation, carry a firearm in self-defense of yourself and others the way our Constitution reads. They don't care about that. They don't care about your right to your own education. What they care about, and this is what they tell me when we talk about open carry in here, and I talk to all these legislators, what they care about is, well, CJ, I need to talk to the law enforcement community and find out what they think.
Really?
Our guns are meant to defend us against tyranny, against the state. That's the whole point. Did they go to Hitler and ask Hitler, hey, what do you think we should do about giving these Jews their freedom? They didn't do that. That's not what we need to be doing. We need to run for office. Whether you win or lose, it doesn't matter, because there are people in this. Terry Holcomb is a perfect example of this. He ran for office. He lost, but what he did was he moved that winning candidate closer to the liberty side, because he was forced into more of the liberty side. So even if you lose, don't go in it to lose, but even if you lose, you have forced that candidate into a conversation about our rights. It is amazing how many of these offices go unchallenged. I'm telling you right now, I'm not going to make any predictions, because I promised Doc that I'd give him the first word. But I'm going to be not just telling you what to do, but doing and taking my own advice. And I don't care if I lose or not. But I'm going to do something more than just stand up here and get ignored by the 181 people that are in this building. And I hope that you're able to do the same thing. Thank you for coming out today. Thank you for supporting this open carry movement that really is not an open carry Texas movement. It's not a Katy, Texas movement. It's not a Texas carry movement. It sure isn't an NRA or TSRA movement. It is an individual movement that I think we're closer to like 60. If you add all the groups together, we have grown in 18 months, 60,000 people. If you include all the groups. Keep fighting for liberty. Don't give up. Just because I tell you not to make phone calls only, keep making those phone calls. Keep going to their offices. If you can't make it to Austin here, go to your district office. But show up. They don't care about your emails. All they do is log your phone calls. You need to make an appointment to talk to that guy face to face. And if he won't see you face to face, tell him that he's going to see you on election day.
That's right.
Thanks, everybody.